A United States embassy official in Zimbabwe has reportedly fled the country after running over an 11-year-old Zimbabwean girl, leaving the child's family heartbroken. Police in Zimbabwe have identified the diplomat as Eric Kimpton, who, until his reported escape, served as the second secretary at the U.S. Embassy in Zimbabwe. His position is high-ranking, and his tasks entail providing timely reports to the American government on political, security, and economic developments in Zimbabwe. According to police, Kimpton ran over Ruvarashe Takamhanya in Dema town, some 40 kilometers south of the capital Harare, on June 3rd this year. The primary school learner lost her life on the spot after Kimpton hit her with his vehicle. The diplomat is said to have fled Zimbabwe barely 24 hours after the incident. Police say they opened an investigation file after Kimpton failed to make a formal report of the incident. According to Zimbabwe's police spokesperson Paul Nyathi, the American diplomat left the country with his family, saying he was traumatized and needed to get counseling services. Kimpton had reportedly promised to return to Zimbabwe within 2 weeks, but he is yet to make the return journey. Zimbabwe state newspaper Herald reports that the American government had invoked diplomatic immunity to shield Kimpton from prosecution in Zimbabwe. Diplomatic immunity stipulates that the receiving nation is not permitted to prosecute diplomats and must protect them, along with their families and property. In the case of Kimpton, he can only be charged in Zimbabwe if the United States lifts his diplomatic immunity and extradites him. And the extradition only happens if the two countries have an existing extradition treaty. The US and Zimbabwe signed an extradition treaty in 1997. So long as Kimpton still enjoys diplomatic immunity, it will be difficult for Zimbabwe to take legal action against him. Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa's communication official, George Charamba, said Zimbabwe was outraged by Kimpton's conduct, adding that no person should be allowed to get away after claiming an innocent life. Charamba said Kimpton has turned from a diplomat to a fugitive. A similar case happened in December 2009 when Romania's then diplomat to Singapore, Silviu Ionescu, hit 3 pedestrians with his car, resulting in the death of 1 person. Ionescu left Singapore 3 days after the incident. There was public uproar, but the government of Singapore said it could only step in if Romania lifted Ionescu's diplomatic immunity. In April 2010, Romania lifted Ionescu's diplomatic immunity and thereafter charged him in court. Romanian prosecutors flew to Singapore to collect evidence. Ionescu was found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 3 years in prison in March 2013, before the Romanian Court of Appeal raised the sentence to 6 years in February 2014. Ionescu died of heart-related complications in December that year.
When I say we need to come together as one and build up our nation, Africa, a lot of you African youth might just think I am joking. This man cannot go to a European country, hit up a little child, after unaliving the child, takes his family and run away from that country. The government will not allow that to happen. This is only happening because it's an African country and we Africans cannot do anything. Our leaders are not even concerned about things like this. You cannot come into someone's country as an secretary, you hit up a child with your vehicle and you immediately run away, leaving the family to loss. If it was your child, would you allow that to just go like that? You would not run like that. You will ask for justice. Now you have put somebody's family in pain. They've lost a young child like that and you are running away from the country. We can do better, Africans. We can do better. Unity is power. We need to come together. We need to stand our ground for our country. We need to defend the future of our unborn generations as Africans.